Here comes the rod knot. You're gonna hear it. It's not bad. Oh, baby. Contact, clear prop. Oh, battery. Hammer down. Oh yeah. Afraid of work, I ain't afraid of play, I ain't afraid to get the job done and do it my own damn way. I ain't afraid of life, times like this. If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. That's right. Said if you mess with my freedom, I tell you just what you can hear. Shut her down, Buford. She's sucking mud. Well, she ain't sucking mud yet. Guys, welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. Today's fun. Today's gonna be a good time. We're showing you some cool tools on the tractor. We got 3 awesome tractors back here behind us. And what we're gonna be doing is fixing a mess. So last night we had a huge storm come through. We got about 4 inches of rain in 15 or 20 minutes. And what that did, no matter how well you keep up your driveway, no matter how well you maintain it, no matter how well it's crowned, when you get that much rain, it's going to erode, it's going to wash. This is my front drive. And people tell me, why do you have a ½ acre of gravel right here? Well, it's because I get tractor trailers in sometimes. They come in through the gate, they come in right here, and they unload equipment, and I need room to turn around a 53-foot 18-wheeler right here in my driveway. Well, what happens when you turn around a 50-foot tractor trailer in your driveway? It tears it up. So I'm constantly working on my driveway. This is a Wingfield drag harrow on my Ford 2910, and you guys may remember this tractor from a previous video. We did a little horse trading on that and picked up a pretty good tractor. I had to replace the injection pump on it, and I've got a Massey Ferguson up there I need to replace the injection pump on too. So video coming soon on that. So with the Ford 2910, we're going to hook up our Wingfield American Harrow, and this is, I believe, the 8-foot model. I believe it's 8 feet. Yeah, it's the 8-foot, maybe 6-foot model. Oh, that's 8 foot. So it's an 8-foot model, guys. And what we're gonna be doing is taking this harrow and we're gonna drag our driveway. Now, most people are using a scrape blade or a box scrape. And I'm all about trying to have one piece of equipment that solves every problem. I used to go over this driveway with a box scrape, and I do find it necessary, maybe once every 2 or 3 years, to re-crown the driveway with my scrape blade. In other words, I pull all the gravel to the center and re-crown the driveway. The top of your driveway needs to slope off this way and off that way. If you see these driveways with a grass strip down the middle and 2 little trenches, they don't do well. They wash, they constantly wash, and they're constantly trouble. But if you keep it properly crowned, then the driveway will hold up much, much better to storms like this. So this is a Gale RT210 2-speed. It's got high speed. That's important because high speed is nice to have with the Wingfield American Harrow. Now this is a little bit different than that one. It's a little different, and it's a little bit the same. So basically the same frame structure, the same virtually everything, except for the chain on the top for the drag harrow here is a bar right here. So this is set up where you can mount it on the front of your tractor or skid steer. It has a skid steer type quick attach plate on the front, and you can push or pull. You can flip this thing around by simply disconnecting right here, and you can drag it aggressively or less aggressively, meaning the tines dig in like that, or they drag like this. Okay, so you've got gouge and drag. All right, and we use these harrows. I've got a 25-footer that I pull with Big T right here out in the pastures to help spread my manure. So again, an all-in-one type tool. It fits the front of a tractor or skid steer to get in those tight spots like we're going to show you in a minute, and it fits on a 3-point just like that one. So it's a very, very awesome universal tool for dragging pastures and maintaining an awesome driveway. All you need to know for maintaining your driveway, this grooms it like a ski slope. If you've never been on a ski slope, you've been to a beach where they drag the beaches, or even a baseball field, it's very similar to that. People use these for arena drags. They use them to drag baseball fields. They use them to drag pastures. And I'm going to show you how I think outside the box, this is taking the place of a box scrape. Now, nothing will take the place of the scar fires on a box scrape. Those are the hooks on a box scrape that will dig way down deep and pull up old gravel. If you don't maintain your driveway, if you bought a piece of property that you need to maintain the driveway and you need to rip it up, then you do need a box scrape with scar fires. Scar fires are little hooks that go down into the ground. And this is how I control weeds in my driveway without having to use sprays and harsh chemicals and stuff like that. We just stir around in here and it levels. It basically self-levels the driveway. When we get done, it looks groomed, like somebody just took a comb and went over it, and it won't knock the crown off of the driveway. And if you run out in the grass, it ain't gonna hurt a thing. It just dethatches the yard. Let's get busy. Uh-oh. I broke the window again. Clear prop. Give her the gas. You might wonder about the Subaru WRX right here. This is a 2013-ish, I think it's 2013 or 2011, Subaru WRX. This WRX is not good. It has a rod knock in it, and I think we're gonna pull the engine and rebuild it. I did a little horse trading with a good buddy of mine, and that's why I have a Subaru WRX here. I've got a car buying problem, but this thing is super fun and super fast. Really, really fun to drive. If you ever get an opportunity to drive a WRX, drive it. They are awesome. So we're gonna try to jump this thing off and get it up to the top of the hill. Here comes the rod knock. You're gonna hear it. It's not bad. Ooh. Now that we got the vehicles moved, we got some tight spots we're gonna use the front end drag harrow for. We're gonna pull in, back drag, pull in, back drag, pull in, back drag, and we're gonna back drag these, forward drag them, and just get them smoothed out. And then we'll come back over with this other tractor in circular motions. And we're gonna go all the way down the driveway, all the way back, all the way down, all the way back, until we get it so perfect that we just can't stand it. Woo-wee. Man, nothing makes you feel quite as good as top dressing the driveway. That's what I call this, is top dressing. If you guys remember what it looked like before, it did not look this smooth. It is awesome, gorgeous now. It will need a little rain, so I do advise doing this maybe before a small rainstorm or a day of rain. That way it doesn't get super dusty. You can see how it didn't waft up a lot of dust, but if you do this and it's dry outside, you're going to be eating dirt for however long it is that you're dragging your driveway. I think it does fantastic, especially in the larger areas. It does not knock the crown down in your driveway. It just roughs up the gravel and makes it look nice, pretty, and new. This is the spot where the gully wash was, and it's virtually gone. I need to drag it maybe 2 more times through there, and then it's totally gone. I've got more work to do because there are driveways all over this farm. I gotta go way back in the woods and take care of all that. I think a guy could buy just the 3-point, or you could buy the front end attach for just a little bit more money and still have the 3-point and the front end attach option. The reason the front end attach is so cool is because you can get up next to things like these buildings and sheds and back into corners. If you got cows that are pooping in corners, or if you got a place where the cows are hanging out or your livestock is hanging out and you're dragging your pastures, you can get this in there and bust up hay bales and mud clods and stuff like that too. So lots of uses for a Wingfield drag harrow. I'll post a link down in the video description. Chris Wingfield is the owner of the company. Him and his dad run it. They're great people. It's a family-owned company, American-made stuff. I'm really happy and proud to show it here on the farm, and I use them all the time, guys. So there's your little touch of the farm life today. That's what's going on, just maintaining roads, gravel roads. This is a big part of owning a piece of property like this. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. Woo!